Hi, in this video I'm going to read to you the financial horror story entitled The Algorithm. It's covered on page 115 of Swiss Francenstein Financial Horror Stories. The Algorithm. Daniel, meet Aliyah. Aliyah may have just what you need. Daniel looked at the dark-haired beauty. A conversation with a beautiful woman is indeed what I need. I'm Daniel, very pleased to meet you. The conversation is what you want. What I meant is what you need, said the man that introduced Daniel to the woman at the networking event. Someone with a PhD in computer sciences from MIT, having just published her dissertation on greedy algorithms. My name is Aliyah. People in the world of algorithms call me Algoria. She smiled with a self-confident look on her face. Daniel started blushing. Well, that's very interesting indeed. A conversation I want with a beautiful woman about something I indeed need. Aliyah laughed as Daniel started blushing even more. I'm the founder and CEO of a digital startup bank targeting SMEs. It's called SMAB. I'm looking to grow our client portfolio rapidly in the next few months. A good algorithm could be very useful. Essential, said Aliyah. It sounds like my expertise is exactly what you need. A greedy algorithm. Gordon Gekko told me that greed, for the lack of a better word, is good, said Daniel. What exactly is a greedy algorithm? Aliyah laughed in a slightly affable way. Let's say it will apply the optimal solution under local circumstances. If you're looking to open a maximum number of accounts for SMEs, a greedy algorithm will apply the best rules and techniques to do so under the circumstances, like time, budget, location, and so on and so forth. It gets you there in the quickest and most effective way. Well, that is music to a startup CEO's ears, said Daniel, whilst drowning in Aliyah's green eyes. After some candy to his eyes. When can you come over to my office to discuss this further? I'm a bit caught up discussing job offers, said Aliyah. Right, said Daniel. I'm sure we can make the visit worthwhile. 1 week and 7-figure sign-on bonus later. You've 2 weeks to develop the algorithm, said Daniel. Remember, it needs to generate over 5,000 new SME accounts, and even better, also a credit facility or other product that will generate revenue. If you don't achieve it, half of your sign-off bonus will be forfeited. It is clear, said Aliyah. Don't worry, I'll write my most effective algorithm ever. Aliyah algorithm? Yes, that's what my algorithms have been referred to. Right, Daniel smiled. What a champion I hired. Let's see what she will bring in. But I want an upside as well, not just a downside. If I succeed to get over 5,000 new accounts opened, I want to become Chief Technology Officer. She has no experience, Daniel thought. The other staff don't like her lack of experience and attitude. A turtleneck and spirulina shakes don't help. The women obviously don't like her for her looking better. Would it be justified? He quickly scanned her gorgeous looks again. Probably yes. Would it harm? Probably not much, except for more gossip from the others in the office. Could there be a better alternative? Haven't looked for it yet, but probably not, or not easily found. I can't afford the time to look for it either. The next venture capital funding round is in 6 months. I really need the 5,000 new customers by then. Yes, he said. 2 months later. What's today's number, Daniel? Aliyah looked at Daniel and he looked into his screen. Exactly 2,768 new accounts. In 6 weeks. It's amazing, Aliyah. Daniel sounded ecstatic. If we continue opening up accounts at this speed, we will reach 5,000 soon. Within 11 weeks, more than 2 months ahead of schedule, said Aliyah. Your funding round will be very successful. 3 months later. I think it is fishy, said Thomas to the editor of the Finance Week. She has supposedly onboarded a record number of customers for the bank and is on every magazine cover with her pretty face. I have a feeling the bank itself is not necessarily worthy of so many new customers. What do you expect to find or write about? I don't know yet, and something tells me that sort of growth is suspicious. I don't just want another success story, that has been covered many times already. 3 months later. Guess what I found out? Thomas sounded triumphant. What is that? Asked the editor-in-chief. I've been able to get in touch with a bunch of these new customers. Listen to this. Most of them have been rejected by other banks. I met with quite a few. Unbankable people. They received an offer from SMAP that looks quite tailored to their needs. Typical story is that they needed credit and would not get it else anywhere. The SMAP offer suggested they would get it if they opened an account. And have they received the credit? This is one point where it gets fishy. Most of them have received a mail confirming the credit facility, but have been unable to borrow. They were not able to contact the bank. It is a digital bank without any customer service by people. The chatbot only told them that further conditions have to be met. Know your customer, that sort of stuff. Many of them know they are not creditworthy and have not tried hard. The impression I got is that they are just having another disappointing experience when trying to obtain credit. What exactly is fishy? It's a sheer number of unbankable people, that is one thing. Having looked into Alia's profile, she's a PhD in greedy algorithms. It seems quite clear she's just found a way to pitch an offer poor people can't refuse in order to get them to open up an account. And you know what? Thomas looked at the editor-in-chief. The CEO of SMAP has mentioned a few times in interviews that he needs a big number of new accounts for his next venture capital funding round. It seems how smart and pretty Alia has used an opportunistic algorithm that gets you the quickest but also dirtiest solution. That is essentially what a greedy algorithm is, to seduce the largest possible number of highest potential customers to open up as many accounts as possible. You could say that is a success story, bittersweet perhaps. Is there anything else? Yes, there is actually. When I looked into the correspondence with the bank, it turned out that virtually all of these customers had close to 10 accounts opened in the name of their company and also a credit facility, without having asked for it or filled out any application form, they told me. And what's more, I've seen amounts being deducted for account fees and commitment fees that were not mentioned in any mail or application form. Most of them had not even seen that. These are people that are not well educated, have an eye for those things. It was not very transparent either, by the way. What part of the accounts was opened like that? Any idea? I don't know exactly, of course, but if the group I've seen and spoken with are representative, it's probably over 90% of all accounts. Ghost accounts. The editor-in-chief looked at Thomas and nodded silently. This looks like a scandal, Thomas. Good work. One last thing, the real kicker, said Thomas. When one of the smarter customers sent an email to the financial ombudsman and tried to complain, the email turned out not to be sent. He showed me the sent mail, but we discovered right there and then it wasn't sent, whilst other mail was sent around that time. But that's just the beginning. When this guy was driving to the supermarket later that day, he saw a driverless car pulling up next to him and staying there for a few seconds as if it was waiting to attract his attention. When he looked at the car on his left, it crashed into him and tried to push him off the road. The guy was frightened, and even more so when he discovered there were actually positive reviews about the bank posted in his name on social media. A greedy Alia algorithm creating ghost accounts with ghost fees and ghost credit facilities, even ghost reviews. Threatening suspicious customers with ghost cars, all done by a beautiful lady nicknamed Algoria. This will make one hell of an unusual story, Thomas, but I'm sure it will be an amazing read and piece of investigating journalism.